Hey guys, and welcome back to YakWaxLips. My name is Michael, your point-and-click adventurer, and this is episode 5 of Let's Play Broken Sword: The Shadow of the Templars. In the previous episode, we spent our whole time in the wonderful Hotel Ubu. We managed to get a couple of things, but we haven't got what we wanted. I was reminded by someone in the comments that I have to give something to Lady Piermont, I think. So I'm going to do that now before I head off to the police station.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
And I'm not sure what it is that I have to give her. Maybe his card?
I found this pass in Merlin's room.
So, that deceitful little man is passing himself off as an electrician, is he?
Uh-huh. This guy probably has a million faces. I showed the pass to the clerk, hoping he'd give me Merlin's papers. But he wouldn't buy it. He's too scared.
I'll give him something to be scared of. Follow me, George!
Oh, she's amazing. I love her. Okay, so that was quite fun.
Did you place a package from Merlin in the hotel safe?
I did, madame.
And did my friend here show you Merlin's identification?
Indeed he did, but
What's the problem?
he isn't Merlin.
A mere academic detail. Give him the package.
But that is against the law.
I happen to be a justice of the peace, you silly man. I am the law. If he tries anything, shoot him, George.
My pleasure, Lady Piermont.
One moment, please.
You know, I haven't enjoyed myself this much since Greenham Common.
I don't know what I would have done without you, Lady Piermont.
Voilà, monsieur, le manuscrit de Monsieur Merlin.
Thanks.
How satisfying. An Anglo-American alliance that actually worked.
The clerk had given me a tightly rolled sheet of parchment. I decided not to unroll it until I was safely back in Nico's apartment.
Okay, let's go out then. What I'm going to do first, actually, is... because I want to show you guys this, if I remember right. So I'm going to save it and call this one... Don't Die, like I called the last one. Because this happens. For those of you who haven't seen George's death before.
Hold it right there. Search him again, Black.
Is this what you're after, Guido?
See, that's it.
I can explain everything. Well, almost everything.
Too late. You're on your way to feed the fishes.
I'm allergic to fish. I break out in blotches when I eat tuna.
Let's go.
Sometime later. And that's it. I died. The first time I ever played this, I was shocked because I've never died in an adventure game before. I'm a LucasArts kid. I don't play Sierra games. Anyway, yeah. So that happens. So don't die, apparently. So let's just wanted to show you guys that. So I kind of remember what I have to do here, because we need to get that manuscript out before those guys can get it off me. Let's have a look at it first. There it is.
It was the ancient manuscript which Khan had stolen from Plantar. The door was locked.
Oh, can you not just, like, use the key? I mean, he has it in his hand before. You silly goose. Right, come on then. Let's go outside. I'm not entirely sure how many times I can die in this game, but if there's an opportunity to die, I will do it for you guys. Why wouldn't I? Right, if I remember right, I have to do this. Oh, that's loud.
But I couldn't let it fall into the hands of the goons waiting outside.
Okay, there we go. Just a piece of trash to add to the city streets of Paris. So if you know how many times you can die, let me know in the comments. I know there's definitely one other way. I'm pretty sure there's probably several. But I'm thinking of a specific one. I won't spoil it for you guys. But when we're coming up to it, I'll let you know. It's not for a long, long time ahead anyway. Right, let's go this way and get the manuscript and head back to Nico. We still haven't taken in the police station either. Still a lot to do. A few of you have asked if I could do longer episodes. So let me just go through this rigmarole right here.
There. Search him again, Black.
Nothing, Guido.
Okay, let him go.
Okay, let me go. Right, what I was saying, a few of you have asked me if I could do longer episodes because you'd like to watch longer form videos. I like to do the shorter 20-25 minutes because I like to treat it as kind of like a show. Like you just sit down and watch for 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes. There we go, we've got the
If the manuscript
thing there.
was what Flap and Guido were after, they were going to be disappointed.
You got it.
Wait to get back to Nico's apartment and check it out.
We're off to Nico's. But if you'd like me to show some longer form stuff, I might do the next game in that.
You're just not going to believe what I've found.
It's not another part of the clown's costume, is it?
It's a medieval manuscript. Khan left it in the safe at the U-Boo.
It's incredible. Is this what he took from Plantark?
It could be, which means it's worth enough to kill for.
Look there, two guys on the same horse.
Oh yeah, maybe they couldn't afford one each. What of it?
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar? Their official seal was an image of two knights sharing a horse. Whatever this manuscript means, it's connected with the Templars.
How come you know about these knights?
I learned about them while writing an article on the Crusades. This guy, named Hughes de Payen, arrived one day at the court of King of Jerusalem. He offered to protect the Christian pilgrims from the displaced Muslim armies. The king would be able to guarantee safe transit to Christians in the Holy Land. Safer journeys meant more pilgrims, and pilgrims meant trade and wealth. The Templars proved invaluable to the king as a mercenary army. It was said that they never asked how many the enemy numbered, just where they were. And as the years went by, the Templars grew in wealth and numbers. They were so rich, even kings came to them for loans. But at the height of their power, they fell foul of the King of France. He rounded them up and turned them over to the Inquisition. Thousands of Templars were subject to torture and confessed to heresy. Of course, at the hands of the Inquisition, there wasn't much they wouldn't confess to. The last Grand Master Jacques de Molay was burned alive. But the treasure of the Knights Templar was never found.
Jeez. So the treasure is hidden, waiting to be discovered?
If there ever was a treasure, it's been lost for 600 years. Anyway, we're supposed to be investigating a serial killer, not a medieval treasure trove.
But maybe that's what the clown and his accomplices are after. Maybe this manuscript is the key.
You'd better leave it here for safekeeping. Think about it, George. One guy's already died for it, as you said yourself. Besides, that parchment is fragile.
Okay, I'm convinced. You keep hold of it.
Oh, she knows a lot about the Templars. Right, we'll ignore that at the top. Let's go through this.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Let's face it, we need help, George. Someone who knows about these things.
Who do you suggest? Indiana Jones?
I know a guy who specializes in medieval studies. His name is Lobinel.
Huh. Some stuffy old fossil who gets horny over ancient relics, I suppose.
Far from it. Andre isn't the stereotypical professor you have in mind.
Where can I find this Lobino guy?
At the Kron Museum. I'll give you the address.
He's a judgmental swine, isn't he, this George Stobart? I'm sure Lobino is fine. I'm sure he won't cause a fuss about anything ever.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
She reminds me of the Wicked Queen in Snow White.
She was the one who said mirror, mirror on the wall, wasn't she? She made me cry so much when I was a kid, Mom carried me out of the movie theater.
She didn't frighten me in the least.
Like I said, I was only a kid. I didn't like the crocodile in Peter Pan either. A knight with a crystal ball. Now, there's something written on the scroll beside the knight.
Yes, but it's written in Latin. Per disciplinam mea lux videbis.
By my teachings, you will see the light.
You speak Latin? Where did you learn a trick like that?
A trick? I studied law, okay? I can read Latin.
My, you're touchy. Tell me that again.
Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
Through my teaching, you will be enlightened.
There's a guy working on a loom. He's weaving a carpet or a tapestry.
Or a duvet cover? It's a clue to a place, I reckon. Somewhere famed for weaving and ships.
Where folk live in barrels?
It beats copper boxes.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull.
The only mythological bull I know of is the Minotaur, but he was only half bull.
I don't think I'd like to be half a bull, even if it was the bottom half.
What's that object between them?
It looks like a gem on top of a tripod.
Okay, so we have a gem on top of a tripod, a ball, a mirror, and a loom. If I click on them all again, does it just repeat what
There's a
they're saying?
woman looking at her
Yeah.
reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
Okay, so they all say the same thing. Let me just double
The
check.
night scroll bears through my...
Yeah.
There's a guy working...
Yeah, they all say the same thing. So we delved a little bit deeper into there. Where could we go next? What can we ask about? Matchbook,
I found
maybe.
this matchbook in the killer's hotel room. It's from the Club Alamut.
Never heard of it. Is there anything written inside it?
No, what were you expecting?
If this was a movie, there'd be a clue, a name or an address. That's no use. There aren't even any matches in it.
Oh well, I'll keep it as a souvenir.
I think we'll leave the rest. Did we show her this before?
I found this in the killer's room.
What is it, a credit card?
ID, Thomas Merlin, of the Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Never heard of him or the company.
Yeah, I don't think this really helps much. Right, okay.
Maybe I'll check out the Kroon Museum.
Yeah,
I'm
let's go
sure
there.
you'll find it useful, George.
I'm sure I will. This Lobino character sounds delightful. Oh, we're back out here again. Let's go straight here. We don't talk to this lady. Double click. No, he doesn't want to run. Of course he doesn't. And we need to go to... Also, we can no longer... Oh, we can no longer go to the Hotel Ubu. I mean, that's a good design choice in the fact that, you know, you don't need to go there anymore, so you can't click on it. And you can't go there. What was that? I don't even remember what that was. The Rese du Mont. I'm sure you guys will remind me in the comments down below. Right, so we can go to the museum. Nico's or the police. Let's go to the museum. Go and meet the delightful Lobino. Let's go straight in. No point hanging around. Oh, let's talk to him.
Pardon me,
Oui, monsieur?
are you Lobino?
Oh, no. Fancy you mistaking me for him. No. I am the deputy custodian.
But Lobino does work here.
Work? I wouldn't go so far as to call it that. He studies here most days, but as you can see for yourself, not today.
Oh, no.
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
Not me, monsieur. I am no scholar, though people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform, I guess. They see the clothes. They are impressed.
And they ask you to park their cars?
They ask me to park the... No. They assume I am an authority on the exhibits in my care.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
Of course not. All I am saying is, I am no scholar. Not like Monsieur Lobineau.
Monsieur Labineau. Right, so we shake his hand.
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur.
Oh, that's a shame. See if we've seen this guy.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur. Is there any reason why I should?
I guess not.
No. Shall we give him a nose?
Do you recognize this red nose?
I don't think so.
What about Gruber?
Do you recognize this ID pass?
No.
I'm sure he might know what this is.
What does this tool mean to you?
That belongs in a museum. Pardon? It is a priceless historical artifact, if I am not mistaken.
No, it's a plain old tool for lifting drain covers.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
Oh, no. I don't frequent places like that.
What do you make of this tissue?
It is absolutely disgusting, monsieur.
Absolutely disgusting.
Thanks for your help.
Okay, so he's not here. That's a shame. But there is this tripod in the middle, which I'm sure looks useful.
In the case was a spindly tripod, blackened with age and pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod pictured on the manuscript. A notice identified it as 15th century from Western Ireland. It had been found in Loch Marn at the site of a Knights Templar preceptory. Ireland!
What's it?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
I'm sorry, I was excited.
Ireland! Well, I think we might be going to see the Emerald Isles. Shall we go back now, or should we have a look around? I'm excited to go to Ireland. However, I'm not really sure if I should go now, whether there's more to look here. George, what are you doing? It's a bit rude.
Leave it alone. That closet is over 3,000 years old.
Closet.
Closet? It's a sarcophagus.
Okay. Oh, what's this
I was
over
no
here?
desecrator of tombs.
Yet. Anything over here?
I tried to sneak my hand inside while the guard wasn't looking, but the case was locked.
Why would you do that?
Pardon me?
I don't want to talk
Oui,
to him.
monsieur?
I'll tell you what. Let's talk
What
to
can
him.
you tell me about the collection of pottery?
Those are remains of pots used by the original inhabitants of Paris. The Paris pot people.
When did they move out?
15,000 years ago, monsieur. Vanished in the mists of time. Didn't even have time to pack up their pots.
I thought the original inhabitants of Paris were a tribe known as the Parisi.
That is right, monsieur. Renowned for their pots. You see, in those days, people didn't have much in the way of possessions. A few flints, some animal skins, maybe the odd bone or two. Naturally, when the Parisi came along with their pots, why, everybody wanted one.
I guess they must have caused a kind of consumer frenzy.
Ah oui, they connected the market, cleaned up.
This guy's funny.
You don't know the first thing about those pots, do you?
No, monsieur.
I mean, he winged it quite well.
Can you give me any further information about the tripod?
Certainly, monsieur. It's infamous. That tripod, that belonged to John Dee.
I think he's making stuff up.
What's the importance of John Dee's tripod?
Dee was the most famous escapologist of the 16th century. The Houdini of his time.
Don't you mean alchemist? Escapologists use ropes, chains, and handcuffs, not tripods.
Well, whatever he was, that is the tripod he used in his experiments.
What kind of experiments did John Dee perform with his tripod?
Oh, the usual. Didn't you study chemistry at school?
Yeah, but we skipped over thaumatology. Can I take a closer look at the tripod?
What? Get it out of the case? Ah, no! That tripod is protected by a sophisticated surveillance system.
How sophisticated?
A painfully loud alarm bell.
Oh, okay.
How is the alarm bell triggered?
By the slightest pressure on or movement of any part of the case wherein that tripod is situated.
Interesting.
It strikes me that to call your alarm system sophisticated is, well, stretching the truth a little.
It has never failed yet. The sophistication is in its simplicity.
I wonder if
The
we
sign
can
on the
set the alarm
tripod
off.
says it was found at a Templar preceptory.
It does.
Yeah, it doesn't mention John Dee at all.
Most remiss.
You don't know anything about the tripod, do you?
No, I don't. I never had much of a start in life, you see. I owe what little education I gained to my uncle. He was an optician, but he also doubled as the village school teacher. He taught me the alphabet. Well, 19 letters of it. The bottom row of the chart was too small even for him to read, so he left them out.
Why don't you start over and enroll for adult education?
You know, I never thought of that. Do you think if I studied art and did all my homework, I could be a professor of history?
At your age? Dream on.
That's a bit rude, George.
Thanks for your help.
Right, okay. Can we set the alarm off? Got a feeling we might be able to. Oh yeah, there we go.
As I reached toward the display case, a shrill piping filled the air. I froze, then tried to get myself together and act nonchalantly.
Hey, no! No, monsieur. No.
No, 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 no.
What's wrong?
You must not handle the exhibits.
I'm sorry.
Right, can we go into here now? I think we have to. Do we have to distract him? Because we have to get in here somehow. Maybe that's not now. Maybe that's in a bit.
Don't even think of climbing in there, monsieur. You'll be suffocated.
I always wondered how it felt to be a mummy.
Okay, let's go this way. Maybe we go back to Nico and talk about the tripod, perhaps? Oh, maybe it's
The
the...
tripod was definitely the one on the manuscript. The Templar connection confirmed it. I was tempted to go to Ireland to check it out.
The tempted to go to Ireland. Absolutely go to Ireland. We're not going right now, though, are we? It's a bit of a whim. Is the option to go to Ireland? Can we get it? We can. We can go to Ireland right now. Shall I go to Ireland or shall I go back to Nico? Tell you what, you guys let me know in the comments below because we've about come to time. So we can either go right to Ireland right now and do a whole Irish adventure in the next episode, or we can go back to Nico and talk for a little bit and the police station and try and get back into the museum, try and steal the tripod. Let me know in the comments below which one you would like me to go ahead, and I will endeavour to do that in tomorrow's episode. So thanks so much for watching today. Like I said earlier on in the episode, I do this length because I quite like just the short, snappy feature TV show length. Anyway, you know what I mean. But if you want me to do longer episodes, I may well do that in the next couple of games. Let me know in the comments again down below, and I'll see what I can do. And until next time, folks, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is you're doing right now, and take care.